That didn't work. Hello, everyone. Welcome along. Oh, my word. It's going to be a long night. Welcome along. It is Thursday, the 31st of August. Hang on. Why start that one? There we go. Yeah, welcome along. It's Thursday, the 31st of August, and nothing's working already. I hope you are all well. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been a very strange day today. It's been a very strange week, I'll be honest. But yeah, sort of noticing that I wasn't getting any Twitter notifications, which I do tend to do because I have Twitter open. Sorry, X. Open during the day at various times when I'm working, especially working on quizzes, because you get loads of different ideas for stuff. And I was like, why am I not getting any notifications? And it took me till about 5 o'clock to realise that for some reason nothing had posted, and the YouTube link wasn't there either. Yeah, it's been one of those days. But yeah, hope you're all well. Hope you're well. I mean, to be honest, I'm going to have to gibber for about 10 minutes because I haven't got much in the way of hellos. If you do want me to say hello, tonight is the night, and probably the best place is hashtag Jay's Virtual Pub Quiz. Head on over there because effectively the live social media posts didn't go out until until late on this evening. There's not much on there, so yeah, head on over to Twitter or X. Honestly, Elon, we need words, Mr. Musk. You and me need to sit down and need to sort your head out because you're swiftly coming off my dinner party list. Anyway, yeah, so I'll go through the Facebook shout outs and stuff in just a moment. I've seen a couple of things in the inbox as well this week, which I'll pull, which I thought were quite sweet, so I can go through those as well. But yeah, it is the last, in theory. I'm saying in theory, it is the last of the August takeover quizzes. However, it's not because I'm going to kind of turn it into the round takeover because I have still got a lot of people I need to speak to. I needed the break in August and it's kind of not worked because I ended up working more than I needed to. But so the connection round, I've still got a ton of connection rounds that you guys have sent through. Plus a ton of people to get in touch with. So I'm going to extend it. Although I called it August Takeover, the idea I had for August Takeover completely fell flat on its just because of, unfortunately some people who didn't like it. So yeah, the slight change is going to be going forward. There will be, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in additional rounds. Not add in additional rounds, but some of the rounds will be written by you guys, which I think is quite nice at the end of the day. 3.5 years I've been writing all the questions for you, and it was nice to sort of give back and allow some people, because I know there's a lot of quiz masters. I know there's a lot of people who watch the quiz. I know there's people who work for a certain company who use some of my questions in their quizzes in pubs because they've been word for word. I've seen them appear. However, I don't mind. I'm not one of these who's very sort of protective over their questions and what have you. As you will see in the next month, I have given over my whole database to a website that's coming up soon. So yeah, I'm not sort of one of those who's quite sort of protective over them. People want to use them, they can use them. People message me all the time, can I use your connections round from last week? Of course you can. So yeah, it's not a problem at all. Anyway, right, I'm going to start saying hello to a few people. So yeah, that's the point. I'm going to extend it. Also, Mike and Glenn Wood, and this is something I'm going to do it tonight because I've got Mike and I've got Glenn Wood tonight, and then I've got Louise Burke next Thursday, and this is something I'm going to extend out to you guys as well over the next few months. If you want to be a star, I need to think of an idea of it. Star in the quiz or something. I'll work on it. But they've pre-recorded some questions, so I'll be doing those at various points during the night tonight. So we'll get to that. Anyway, right, let's start saying hello to people because I've got stuff to talk about, but I'm not doing it at the moment. Hello to Sally Bates. Good evening to you. Hope you are well. Sir of the Bill of the Tutors got 4 out of 5 this morning. I'm very disappointed in Richie's answer. I was like, a brief history of, and I was expecting it to be something a bit more stupid than that. But anyway, but yeah, so good evening to Sir of the Bill of the Tutors and the rest of the YouTube live chat legends. Good evening to you guys. Can you wish my husband George Sherritt a happy 70th birthday for last Monday? Can you also turn it up, Jay? Yeah, I can. There we go. Apologies if you've got me turned up loud. You might have to turn me back down again now. Happy 70th birthday to George. Hope you had an incredible day. It was for last Monday, the 28th. On a bank holiday Monday as well. Oh, see, with you being born on 28th of August, George, you must have had loads of bank holidays where your birthday has fallen, which is probably a blessing and a curse. If my birthday falls on a Friday, it is always Good Friday. Weird fact for you. But there we go. So yeah, happy birthday, George. Hope you've been spoiled rotten. Good evening to Linda. We will be waiting. Can we have a mention, please, for the Braintree and Bocking Classic Car Show this Sunday? Hope some of the Essex quizzers can make it. I mean, to be honest, it's a little bit too far away for me, but classic cars and stuff is something that sounds quite intriguing. However, yeah, I can't make it. But yeah, good luck. Have fun. I'm sure it'll be absolutely brilliant. I'm sure it'll go well. And then any of the Essex quizzes who are in the area, there you go. See, this is what we need to do as well. We need to have like, I know we've got the social media. We need to have like a notice board. You know, I mean, I've got stuff coming back in the breaks in the next few weeks, puzzles and all sorts. But maybe we need like a local notice board. You know, hi, are you there in Kent tonight? Next week, we've got I know what I mean. I'm on one of those tonight. But yeah, thanks, Linda. And good luck to the guys there. Hello to Terry Jane, who says, I'm a newbie, no team, looking forward to it. Welcome in. We're a friendly bunch around here. Grab yourselves, get yourself seated. You're on your own. I need to go to bed. I need sleep. Welcome along, Terry Jane. I'm normally a bit more with it than this, but yeah, don't ask. But welcome along, grab a seat. We get started in about just under 6 minutes time. 50 questions for you this evening, plus an extra couple. We'll explain when we get there. Hello to the newbies, Linda and Claire, the Bakewell Tarts of Claire and Brian, who are in Swanage, with their James, Bev, and Abigail, and Black Eyed Peas, Fran and Hugh. Good evening to all of you guys as well. Good evening to Irene, who says, looking forward to tonight's quiz. Still trying to beat Vicky and Ben. Have beaten them a few times, but not enough. I tell you what, Irene, at the wedding in a few weeks' time, you and I will sit down and I'll give you in advance some of the trickier answers to the upcoming quizzes after the wedding, and we just won't tell Vicky and Ben, and then that way you can beat them. Be a shame if Vicky and Ben weren't watching the quiz. Good evening, hashtag fan girl and boy. Looking forward to coming to your wedding in a few weeks' time. But yeah, and looking forward to obviously meeting you, Irene and Bob and everybody else. So yeah, looking forward to that. Hello to the Quiz Kings of Deb and Joe. Good evening to you guys. Hope you are well. Moogie and Phil. I love that. Yay. TFI Quiz Night. Moogie and Phil definitely looking forward to some fun and entertainment. You're in the rock. Entertainment I can probably provide you. No, good evening to you guys. Hope you're well. Good evening to Dale as well. The Challow Massive will be joining in after 4 out of 5 this morning. Jeanette and John and Laura Armstrong in Belfast. Good evening to you guys. The two weird dots are above the O. Our friends over there in Horby. Good evening to you guys. Hope you guys are well. Sorry, Beck's messaging me out the corner of my eye. And good evening to Maria as well, who said the weeks of online quizzing have paid off. We won the resort quiz on holiday last week. Well done to you. Now, there is a thing I have right with this, because a few people have said this to me before. Thank you for all the years of quizzing over the last 3.5 years, because it's meant we've won various quizzes and prizes. But was there a point, and I'd love to know this, was there a point during that quiz where a question came up and you went, oh, I know the answer to this because I heard it on Jane's quiz? Because that's happened quite a few times. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was a good prize as well. I mean, I know there's a bottle of wine there in the picture. It can't have been 7 out of 10, surely. Although that's given me an idea. There's all numbers. I could make a quiz out of that. Anyway, but yeah, well done to you, Maria, and well done to the guys over there. On to X. Stroke Twitter. Hello to Kieran and Lorna. Good evening to both of you. Hope you're well. Hello to Snowy as well. Good evening. Helen and John, the Keenstonians. Good to see you guys. Hope you are well. Cat Attack and Baby Jackson are in, so hi to you guys. Happy birthday to Phil Fairchild. Good evening to you. And hello again to Terry Jane, who's joined us over on Twitter. You really are very welcome. Come and get yourself seated. Come and grab a seat at the front. You'll be more than welcome up here. But yeah, good evening to you as well. I'm probably going to regret this. Surely if anyone is getting the answers, it should be the bride and groom. Yeah, you'd think that, but, I mean, yeah. You're also under the impression that coming to the wedding, I'm going to have advanced quizzes and like answers in advance. You've got to be kidding. I'm not that organised. Yeah, so yeah, about 2.5 minutes to go. Like I said, because the social post didn't go out till late, I don't know why. They just seem to have vanished out of thin air. I posted them. Literally finished Zoe's quiz this morning, went dink, post, and done. And they vanished out of thin air. So anyway, so I had to change the YouTube link. There's a lot of people messaging me going, there's no link on YouTube for the quiz tonight. And I was like, yeah, there is. Oh no, yeah, right, okay. So I took it down for a while because otherwise they would just got confusing. It's been a long week. People often say to me, I really should learn to say no, right? But I don't, Beck's going to jump on this very, very quickly. But, so I don't know whether you've heard, we've got 2 minutes. I don't know whether you've heard, but there was, obviously I know a lot of people are very struggling still trying to get back to the UK with all the air traffic control issues that happened on Monday. So Beck and a couple of our friends went over to go and surprise her mum and say happy birthday to her mum over in France. While Beck was setting off, she was like, oh, this is my current situation kind of thing. And me being me, and this is the kind of person I am, so I was going to give you a very big insight to like the kind of person I am. So they borrowed Beck's dad's car to get them back to the UK. They've all had various things going on, so they borrowed Beck's dad's car, got it to the UK, so we'll worry about it afterwards. So me being me, straight away went, well, do you need a hand getting it back? I don't mind driving it across to France. It's not a problem. We'll sort out the insurance and everything. I don't mind driving it. I'll quite happily do it. I've got a bit of space next week. Jack's back in school, etc. And the usual, oh no, very kind of you, etc. But that's the kind of person I am. Someone's in trouble, you do what you can to help. You jump on it and you go, yeah, it's fine. Let's see what we can do. And then I got the message on Wednesday, would you mind? So next week I am on a 24-hour, and literally it is 24-hour journey into France and back again to go and return Beck's dad's car to him. So yeah, there may be some Instagram stories next week of me flying through France, but that's the kind of person I am. If someone says to me, I'm in trouble, I need help, or we've got an issue, what can you do? I'm on it straight away. It's what I do. So yeah, look forward to next week's 24-hour mission to France. Anyway, right, 30 seconds to go. I'm running out of things to gibber about, but like I said, because of the social posts. Thank you very much to Pete, who's saving me. Wakeman team are all back together in the UK tonight. Signal rubbish, but doing our best to connect. Pete, you're on my to-do list, by the way, to send you an email, because I've got a brilliant idea for a challenge of driving and stuff, and seeing as you guys like driving into the middle of the nowhere, this will work quite well. So you are on my to-do list to drop you an email with regards to that. Right, let me just do the little bits of housekeeping that I do before this point. As I always do, you guys talk amongst yourselves. That one there. Say goodbye to the YouTube live chat. Goodbye, YouTube live chat. Sorry, guys. I'd love to leave it on during the quiz, but we just, unfortunately, there are some people who are not, they just sit there putting the answers in. And yeah, it's not what you need. Anyway, right. It is time for me to stop talking. Shouts hooray, the nation. Oh, hello. Black Magic, that one. There we go. That's better. Still set up for Saturday. Good evening and welcome along. Thank you very much for joining us. It is Thursday, the 31st of August. August is finished. So it is, in theory, the last official August takeover quiz, but there will be some of these questions and rounds appearing through the rest of, probably the rest of the year, to be fair. I've probably got enough if I get in contact with everybody else who has applied as well. But we kick off, we'll come to those in a little while, but we kick off with entertainment as we always do. Starting then, oh yeah, sorry, for those of you who are new, because I know there are new people this evening, we do 50 questions spread over 5 rounds, so 3 rounds, then we'll take a break, etc. Let's get on with it. Let's kick it off with entertainment number 1. Richard Ayoade played Moss in which Channel 4 comedy? So Richard Ayoade played Moss in which Channel 4 comedy? Question number 2. Which of these was a symbol on the head of the Teletubbies? Was it a square, a triangle, or a diamond? So which of these was a symbol on the head of the Teletubbies? Square, triangle, diamond. Number 3, which ABBA song starts with the line, "If you change your mind, I'm the first in line"? So which ABBA song starts with the line, "If you change your mind, I'm the first in line"? I'm still here. I'm just dropping my camera off. Number 4, the underwater city of Bikini Bottom can be found in which children's cartoon? Say children's cartoon, I'm not 100% sure. But the underwater city of Bikini Bottom can be found in which children's cartoon? I mean, the amount of references in this, it's, you know. Number 5, Chatsworth Council Estate was the setting for which TV show? So Chatsworth Council Estate was the setting for which TV show? You know when you like suddenly remember the word that you were looking for in a sentence, or like the perfect comeback in an argument? Yeah, my head's just done that. Just remembered one of the words from talking for 10 minutes. Oy, oy, oy. Absolutely no way I'd do that, Chris, but I will mention you then in the break. Number 6, according to the tagline, Monty Python and the Holy Grail makes what look like an epic? So according to the tagline, Monty Python and the Holy Grail makes what look like an epic? I'm desperately trying not to hum the ABBA song right now. Oh, someone's put another one in the Discord server now. I'm trying not to hum that as well so that people don't... Oh. And it's my humming and singing that's got me in trouble this week. I'll explain later. Number 7, which actor links Austin Powers and the voice of Shrek? So which actor links Austin Powers and the voice of Shrek? Number 8, 7 Days was a naughty song documenting which singer's adventures over a single week? So 7 Days was a noughties song documenting which singer's adventures over a single week? He personally had a very busy beginning of the week and then had quite a lot of time on his hands by the sounds of it in the middle, well, toward middle and end. Number 9, which Simon Pegg, Nick Frost movie had the tagline, a romantic comedy with zombies? So which Simon Pegg, Nick Frost movie had the tagline, a romantic comedy with zombies? Oh, sorry, I just seen that. Did such person play the quiz on a Thursday? No, judging by the lyrics of the song, he was a little bit busy. And finally, for entertainment number 10, I'm Always There is the theme tune to which 90s American TV show? I'm Always There is the theme tune to which 90s American TV show? Okay, round two with a bit of geography. These were written by Martha. Thank you very much, Martha, for these. So let's get into them with this number one. Which of the continents is the most populated? So which of the continents is the most populated? Martha said, by the way, I know it was very quick, but Martha did say, please only give me my name and don't say anything else. I was like, okay, it's fine. And the same for round three. It was written by someone and they said, I'm writing this, but can it be credited anonymously? So I was like, yeah. Number two, in which country would you find Timbuktu? In which country would you find Timbuktu? Yes, a very good evening to our friend Paige, who kicked off a massive debate at the pub quiz on Tuesday night about where Timbuktu is. Number three, the manat is the currency of which transcontinental country? So the manat is the currency of which transcontinental country? I had to look up transcontinental just when I was putting this together the other day. I was like, transcontinental, is that even a word? But now I understand what it means. More transcontinental questions incoming. Have you missed me? Do you know what? I have, Mr. Jackson. I honestly have missed you. Many times with... Anyway, number four, Portugal and Spain are two. Name one of the two... Start again. Portugal and Spain are two. Name one of the other two countries that are also a part of the Iberian Peninsula. I have checked both of these. Portugal and Spain are two. Name one of the other two countries that are also a part of the Iberian Peninsula. Number five, which is the longest river in the UK? So, which is the longest river in the UK? Number six, Barossa Valley and Eden Valley are wine regions in which country? So Barossa Valley and Eden Valley are wine regions in which country? Number seven, what is the capital city of Estonia? So what is the capital city of Estonia? Number eight, of the European Union countries, which has the highest population? So the European Union countries, which has the highest population? give up. And on the same one, and which one has the smallest population? So question 8, which country has the biggest population of the European Union countries, and which one has the smallest? European Union, not European countries, just to clarify. And finally, number 10, Little Rock in Arkansas has an airport named after which former president and their wife? So Little Rock in Arkansas has an airport named after which former president and their wife? Okay, round 3, and then we'll take a short break. So this is, they've asked me to keep this anonymous from the person who sent it in. They said, we absolutely adore the blockbusters when, hang on, trying to bring it up on my screen. We do adore it when you do blockbusters on a Saturday, but you very rarely did it on a Thursday. Could we ask that you include these on a Thursday night? We will know it is us. So here you go then. Here are your blockbuster questions that you've written. Yeah, for most of you who only play on a Thursday, we had a run of about 3 months where every round 3 was blockbusters. So it's the same style questions you get from the TV show. So yeah, written anonymously and sent in, but here they are. Number 1. What MO is the call sign of the American president's helicopter? So what MO is the call sign of the American president's helicopter? Number 2, what M has styled walrus? What M has styles walrus, toothbrush, and pencil? Not sure. Never mind. Doesn't matter. Moving on. Too late now. Number 3, what SAK is the more popular name for an I pronounced this beautifully earlier. For an Office-miser. What SAK is the more popular name for an Office-miser? Number 4, what WC is on the current £5 note? So what WC is on the current £5 note? Number 5, what L has variations called Gallardo and Aventador? So what L has variations called Gallardo and Aventador? Fall out with folk, you know. A message, highlight of my day watching you pronounce that. Thanks. You really fall out with folk. Number 6, what TL is the more common name for a robot found in South Africa? So what TL is the more common name for a robot found in South Africa? Can't afford to fall out with you though, to be fair, because you pretty much control my working life. So I don't know where I'd be without you, to be fair. Number 7, what F was the name of the 2011 Japanese nuclear disaster? So what F was the name of the 2011 Japanese nuclear disaster? Number 8, what B is a type of checkered cake covered in marzipan? What B is a type of checkered cake covered in marzipan? When the apocalypse does eventually happen, right? You're gonna, because I found one of these at the back of a cupboard a few years ago, and it was like 5 years out of date, and it was still edible-ish, but it was still edible. So when the apocalypse eventually comes, there's just going to be like, that's all that's going to survive. Very nearly said the name of it then. Number 9, what HB is the common name for Simon King and David Myers? So what HB is the common name for Simon King and David Myers? And finally, number 10. What FB is the funnier name for the ulnar nerve? So what FB is the funnier name for the ulnar nerve? So I'm just trying to push the button on the website and it's not working. Push, push, push. There we go. Right. So questions are up on jvpqquestions.com right now. So head on over there if you need a recap on any of those. So at this point, we always take a short 7-minute break, and I hand it out. It just literally goes into be right back. Used to have adverts and all sorts of stuff going on. However, for this evening and for the next couple of Thursday night quizzes, some lovely people, as part of the August Takeover, pre-recorded some questions for you. So I'm going to give them their moment in front of a few thousand people now. For tonight, we kick off with Mike for break 1. So the way it works is Mike's going to come on screen. He's going to ask you a question. You'll have the 7-minute break to write down the answer. And then straight at the end of the break, Mike will return and he will give you the answer. And then for our second break, someone I have met in person, the wonderful Glenn Wood as well, will be along for the second break. But firstly, this is Mike. He is going to ask you this question, and I will see you after his answer in about 7 minutes.
Hi. I would like to thank Jay and the team for inviting me to ask you this question, and I hope that some of you can answer it. The question is, in London, rather uniquely, there is one street where you should drive on the right. Where is it? the answer. You drive on the right on entering Savoy Court, which is a short road leading to the Savoy Hotel, just off the Strand. A special Act of Parliament gave traffic the privilege to drive on the right when entering. The entrance to the Savoy Theatre is on the right of the road, and the idea was for drivers dropping off people for the theatre wouldn't block the entrance of the Savoy Hotel. Thank you.
Unmute myself. That's, do you know, it's the first time I've left myself on mute for a very, very long time. But a massive thank you there to Mike for the first of those kind of questions. For your breaks, how did you do? I found a mini-me in the break. You know, it's frightening looking at us two side by side on this camera, how much it's like, he is like my mini-me. This is frightening. Just need to get, if we get you a beard, you'd be identical to Daddy. Right, you're gonna say goodnight to everyone.
Good night.
Right. We're going to play centre tomorrow, aren't we?
Yeah.
With Ella Grace.
Jack,
What?
shout good night to Grandma.
Yeah, Grandma's watching, yeah. So say goodnight to Grandma quickly, because I've got to do some answers. Go on.
Why if people think they're
Just say goodnight to Grandma. She'll know who she is.
Good night, Grandma.
Right, love you. I'll come and see you before you go to sleep.
What else people there?
Oh, that's other people who are playing the quiz tonight.
Come on then.
Good night to my mini-me. Right, get your answer sheets together then. Yeah, massive thanks again to Mike. Sorry, I found a mini-me in the break. Massive thanks again to Mike for doing that. Glenn is going to come up with a question for your second break this evening. While you're just getting your answers then, get your answer sheets together. Yeah, Chris, I don't know why your things aren't. I've checked. You're not blocked. We only block people who swear at me or are really, really, truly offensive. And to be fair, I think over 3.5 years, I think I've only blocked 6 people. But no, I don't know why you're blocked. But hello to Beauty and the Beast. I hope you've mopped your tears up off your quiz sheet. Right, let's get into it then. Let's ping this across. So, first 30 questions, first 30 answers coming straight at you now. Here we go. Entertainment number 1. Richard Ayoade played Moss in which Channel 4 comedy? It was The IT Crowd. Grandma says good night. Number 2, which of these was a symbol on the head of the Teletubbies? It was triangle on the head. You know, they had square TVs, obviously, but on the head. Originally, I had circle till the very last minute. I realised that Poe's got a little circle on the head. Number 3, which ABBA song starts with the line, if you change your mind, I'm the first in line. It's Take a Chance on Me. Now, usually at this point, I'd start singing it. But turns out singing stuff has brought me to someone's attention, and yeah... Number 4, the underwater city of Bikini Bottom can be found in which children's cartoon? It's SpongeBob SquarePants. Number 5, Chatsworth Council Estate was the setting for which TV show? It's Shameless. Number 6, according to the tagline, Monty Python and the Holy Grail makes Ben-Hur look like an epic. Number 7, which actor links Austin Powers and the voice of Shrek? It is Mike Myers. Number 8, 7 Days was a naughty song documenting which singer's adventures over a single week? It was Craig David. Met her on Monday, took her for a drink on Tuesday, and then pretty much for the rest of the week he was a bit busy. Number 9, which Simon Pegg Nick Frost movie had the tagline, a romantic comedy with zombies? It's Shaun of the Dead. And finally, number 10, I'm Always There is the theme tune to which 90s American TV show? It's Baywatch. I'll Be There For You is Friends. I'm Always There was Baywatch. And there's going to be people doing dad jokes now where they're like pretending to, like, you know, do slow motion running and stuff. Round 2 with geography number 1. Which of the continents is the most populated? It is Asia. Number 2, in which country would you find Timbuktu? It is Mali. It's not down on the coast of South Africa. Evening to my friend. Number 3, the manat is the currency of which transcontinental country? It is Azerbaijan. Number 4, Portugal and Spain are 2. Name one of the other 2 countries that are also a part of the Iberian Peninsula. You can have either France or Andorra. Yes, there is a small section, and I did check this because when... Oh, I'm not going to say your name again because you only wanted to mention it once. But when I did, I double-checked your answers, which I haven't really been doing for the takeover stuff. But I did want to double-check this one. But there is a tiny, tiny portion, a very small portion of France that is classed as part of the Iberian Peninsula. Number 5, which is the longest river in the UK? It is the River Severn. Number 6, the Barossa Valley and Eden Valley are wine regions in which country? It is Australia. Good day, mate. Number 7, what is the capital city of Estonia? It is Tallinn. Number 8 of the European Union countries, which has the highest population? It is Germany. Number 9, and which one was the smallest? Oh, JJJ. And which one has the smallest population? It is Malta. And finally, number 10, Little Rock in Arkansas has an airport named after which former president and their wife? It is Bill and Hillary Clinton Airport. On to your blockbusters there. Number 1, what MO is the call sign of the American president's helicopter? It is Marine One. Number 2, what M has styled walrus toothbrush and pencil? It is Moustache. Number 3, what SAK is the more popular name for an office size miser? Oh, so close. Now you can't be giggling, Beck. I'm very, very close, but it is a Swiss Army knife. Sorry, that was evil. Number 4, what WC is on the current £5 note? It is Winston Churchill. Number 5, what L has variations called Gallardo and Aventador? It is Lamborghini. Number 6, what TL is a more common name for a robot found in South Africa? It is Traffic Light. Oh, yes. So it's to do with... I can't even remember the whole story behind it. It's something to do with policemen and diverting traffic and... Yeah. Google it. Makes sense. Number 7, what F was the name of the 2011 Japanese nuclear disaster? It was Fukushima. Number 8, what B is a type of checkered cake covered in marzipan? It's Battenberg. Honestly, by the time the apocalypse comes, that's all that's going to be left. There's going to be a few random people and Battenberg cake. And a tin of Spam as well. Number 9, what HB is the common name for Simon King and David Myers? They are the Hairy Bikers. And number 10, what FB is the funnier name for the ulnar nerve? It is the funny bone. Although it's only ever funny to other people if you hit it. Right, Tot, your score's up then. 30 points available to you so far. So Tot, your score's up. Let us know how you are getting on. Still to come, a connections round from Sue Johnson this evening. It's your second connections round that you submitted, Sue. So that is still to come this evening. And General Knowledge written by myself tonight. That is still to come. Yes. Yeah, so it turns out my singing has kind of caused an issue. This will only apply to one person who is watching the quiz right now. So this is going to it's really niche, this. But thank you very much. I have received the email and I will deal with it this week. And for the other 4,999 people, you'll find out about it in a few weeks, months, maybe. So that's going to make no sense to anyone, so I'm just going to quickly move on very quickly before I get myself in even more trouble. Right, so scores are coming through, which is fine. Let's move on. Round 4 is a connections round, as always. And for those of you who are new, 9 questions. Question number 10, what links them all together? I say those of you who are all new. Probably done a bolt by now. Terry Jane's probably gone, what on earth have I walked into tonight? I am off. But yeah, so 9 questions. Question number 10, what links all of the answers together? Let's do it. Here we go, number 1. Yes, so thank you again to Sue Johnson for submitting this. Number 1, the town of Melton Mowbray is particularly famous for which food? I need a long line down in a dark room. Number 2, what was the surname of Hyacinth, the lead character in Keeping Up Appearances? Good point. I have tweaked a couple of your questions, Sue, just for... because one of them was a picture, and yeah. Number 3, found between the M3 and M4 motorways. What is the name of the royal racecourse that the royal family attend each year? So found between the M3 and M4 motorways. What is the name of the royal racecourse that the royal family attend each year? Ben didn't get it on 1. No, he didn't. No, not having that. Not having that at all. No. No. I can't live in a world where Ben got it in one. Number 4, which country is bordered by Costa Rica and Colombia? This was originally a flag question, so for those of you who hate flags, you can breathe a huge sigh of relief. But which country is bordered by Costa Rica and Colombia? So what I did is I made it even worse by not having a flag. You'll be able to work it out if you know what the connection is. I suppose it's right. If Ben got it in one, that's fine. If Vicky got it in one, then we're all doomed. Number 5, what is a thin tube used to suck a drink from a container? I just need to turn Discord off before the answers to this one come in, because that'll just distract me. What is a thin tube used to suck a drink from a container? I've just minimized Discord until the break, because they will just distract me with their answers. Number 6, something that has a level surface without raised edges or indentations is known as what? So something that has a level surface without raised edges or indentations is known as what? Whoa, number 7, the member of a cricket all-rounders team who throws the ball to the person with the bat is known as a what? So the member of a cricket all-rounders team who throws the ball to the person with the bat is known as a what? Oh no, I need the question website open. Number 8, Babe Ruth was famous for playing which sport? So Babe Ruth was famous for playing which sport? Beck, playing along, has got one answer right out of all she submitted, and then just starts shouting the connection round answer to me. But Babe Ruth, famous for playing which sport? Number 9, Prince famously sang about a girl in a raspberry-coloured what in the 1985 song? So Prince famously sang about a girl in a raspberry-coloured what in the 1985 song? So, as always, what links those answers together? So again, thank you to Sue Johnson for submitting these. I've still got loads of connection rounds to get through of you guys. Plus, I know when I finally sit down next month, which is tomorrow, not next week, once I get back from my France epic trip. There's a load of people I need to message and find out what they've got up their sleeves as well. So yeah, thank you very much, Sue. Right, general knowledge then. For those of you who are new, this is basically general knowledge, but a 3.5-year-old mistake has stuck with us forevermore. It's just 10 random trivia questions for you, kicking off with this for number 1. Which year did Michael Fish famously start his weather broadcast? Earlier on today, a woman rang the BBC and said she heard there was a hurricane on the way. Well, don't worry. Yeah. Wonder if he'd get away with that right now. A woman rang the BBC earlier and said there was a hurricane on its way to Florida. Well, don't worry. Send all of our best wishes out to everyone in Florida. I've not caught up on it yet. I know 2 people passed away yesterday. So, number 2, somniphobia is the fear of what? Is it sleeping, singers, or shopping? So somniphobia is the fear of what? Sleeping, singers, or shopping? Number 3, what does the C stand for in NASCAR? Again, there's probably very many answers that people can come up with for this, but What's the official letter C? Train going very slowly. Number 4, Emma Hamilton was the mistress of which leader? So Emma Hamilton was the mistress of which leader? My mum's jumping up and down going, I know, I know. Number 5, which famous person was recently given the inmate number P.O.113589 at Fulton County Jail in Georgia? I was going to be so cruel with this question. I'll tell you when I give you the answers, but... So which famous person was recently given the inmate number P.O.113589 at Fulton County Jail in Georgia? Number 6, if an umpire in cricket raises their arms above their head, how many runs have been scored? What was the name of that umpire that used to do it really over-exaggerated? He'd like start by his feet and work his way up. But if an umpire in cricket raises their arms above their head, how many runs have been scored? Number 7, of which country is Jakarta the capital city? So, of which country is Jakarta the capital city? Billy Bowden, thank you very much. That would have bugged me all night. Number 8, Mycroft was the brother of which fictional famous detective? So Mycroft was the brother of which fictional famous detective? Number 9, on what had the brand slogan of "You either love it or hate it"? So what had the brand slogan of "You either love it or hate it"? And your final question for this evening, number 10, the best news story of the year. 5 million watt recently fell off a truck in Canada, causing chaos and leaving authorities to tell drivers to close their windows. Was it 5 million tons of sewage? Was it 5 million tons of maple syrup? Or was it 5 million tons? Was it 5 million bees? So 5 million watt recently fell off a truck in Canada, causing chaos and leaving authorities to tell drivers to close their windows. Was it 5 million tons of sewage? Was it 5 million tons of maple syrup? Or was it 5 million bees? Best news. I know it's not great, but it's still the funniest news story of the year so far. So just let me have this one. Right, let me push the button, see if it works this time. Please work first time, because, yeah. Hey, there we go. Right, so those final 2 rounds are up on jvpqquestions.com. So head on over there now if you need to recap those final 2 rounds. So into your break, then, the wonderful Glenn. So I did a private quiz for Glenn a couple of years ago. It was a surprise. His wife, wonderful wife Lynn, arranged it as a surprise. It was supposed to be on Zoom, but it turned out, I mean, I had some spare time on my hands. I fancied a bit of a drive across the Lancashire-Yorkshire border. So just got in touch with Lynn and said, do you mind if I actually come and do this in person? So went over and completely and utterly surprised Glenn. So he is going to give you your question for the second break. And I will be back in 7 minutes with the answers. So you've got 7 minutes to answer Glenn's question. See you after this.
So here's my question. In the original Disney animated film Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, only one of the dwarves does not have a beard. Which one? So my question was, in the original animated Disney film Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which one of the dwarves does not have a beard? And the answer is Dopey. Dopey.
That's probably what Lynn's calling Glenn right about now. Thank you very much to both Mike and to Glenn. But do you know what? It's not easy, right? It's been great having people submitting questions, and I opened it up at the time and said, if you want to pre-record something for the quiz as well, you're more than welcome to. And it's not easy. It really isn't easy, and it takes a lot of courage to put yourself out in front of a few thousand people. So a massive thanks to Mike, a massive thank you to Glenn for those two. I've got Louise Burke, who has actually recorded 2 questions, so they're going to come up next week. So a massive thank you to both of those. For tonight and for Louise in advance for next week. Right, answer sheets then at the ready. Let's do this. Let's see how you did with those final 20 questions. Pens down. Well, don't put your pen down if you need to mark. But here we go. Let's do it. Connections number 1. The town of Melton Mowbray is particularly famous with which food? It is pork pie. Every time I hear the word pork pie, I always think of the sitcom from the 90s of Desmond's. Pork pie. Number 2, what was the surname of Hyacinth, the lead character in Keeping Up Appearances? It was Bucket. No matter what she said. Number 3, found between the M3 and M4 motorways, what is the name of the royal racecourse that the royal family attend each year? It is Royal Ascot. Number 4, which country is bordered by Costa Rica and Colombia? It is Panama. Evening. Number 5, what is a thin tube used to suck a drink from a container? It is a straw. It's a family-friendly quiz. Number 6, something that has a level surface without raised edges or indentations is known as flat. Number 7, the member of a cricket or rounders team who throws the ball to the person with the bat is known as a bowler. Good evening. Number 8, Babe Ruth was famous for playing baseball. I don't know. Number 9. Prince famously sang about a girl in a raspberry coloured what in the 1985 song? It is Beret. And so what links them all together? They are all worn on the head. Types of hat. Take your pick. As long as you've got hat or head in there, I don't mind. Your final 10 then, general knowledge. Number 1, which year did Michael Fish famously start his weather broadcast with earlier on, etc, 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 etc. It's 1987. Do you know what? I'm going to say Michael Fish was an incredible broadcaster, and this unfortunately follows him around, since 1987. So yeah. Number 2, somniphobia is the fear of what? It is sleeping. Number 3, what does the S stand for in NASCAR? It is stock. That's what I meant to do in the break. NASCAR. So you can have because some people didn't realise that this was actually an acronym. It stands for the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing. So for those of you who didn't know that was an acronym, there you go. Number 4, Emma Hamilton was the mistress of which leader? It's Lord Admiral Nelson. The reason I say my mum will be jumping up and down about this is because we're all, I'm born in Roehampton. Well, I was born in Roehampton, but we're all grown up in Merton. And Emma Hamilton, that's where the mistress, Lord Nelson and Emma Hamilton lived. Emma Hamilton found out about Lord Nelson's death when she was in Merton. That means nothing to anyone unless you live in Merton or are from Merton. Number 5, which famous person was recently given the inmate number P01135809 at Fulton County Jail in Georgia? It's Donald Trump. You said C. C. Oh, nuts. I know what I did. Sorry. So C. I changed it on the answer, but not the question because I realised it was easy. Yeah, sorry. C is car for the NASCAR question. Let me scoot back up. Yeah, I changed it on the answer, didn't change it on the question. So car gives you the point for number 3. Sorry, my bad. Donald Trump for number 5. I was going to be evil on this. I was going to put Rudy Giuliani because obviously, but yeah, I thought I'm not that evil. Number 6, if an umpire in cricket raises their arms above their head, how many runs have been scored? There are 6. Number 7, of which country is Jakarta the capital city? It is Indonesia. Number 8, Mycroft was the brother of which fictional famous detective? It's Sherlock Holmes. Number 9, what had the brand slogan? You either love it or hate it. It is Marmite. Hate Marmite, love Twiglets. Go figure. And finally, number 10, 5 million watt recently fell out off a truck in Canada, causing chaos and leaving authorities to tell drivers to close their windows. It was 5 million bees. The pictures of the beekeepers walking around these cars trying to like round up these bees is just, I don't know, I'm that way out this week at the moment, but that is just one, it's just an, you know, every year has an iconic picture, and for me that is now the picture of 2023. I don't know why. The little things, isn't it? Right, tell your scores up. If you need a tiebreaker this evening, let's give you this. It is this. According to the United Nations, how many sovereign African countries are there? According to the United Nations, how many sovereign African countries are there? Remember, as always, nearest to it gets the point. And if you're still on the same score after this, remember, rock, paper, scissors. We'll get to that in a second. Right, remember, nearest to it gets the point. Answer then in 3, 2, and I'm not going to list them all. 3, 2, 1. There are 54. So according to the United Nations, there are 54 sovereign African countries. Now, remember, as always, as I said before, if you've ended up on the same score or you're pretty close to each other, etc., then remember, rock, paper, scissors to finalize your who wins tonight. Someone said to me during the week, we don't bother with the tiebreaker anymore. If we're on the same score, we just do rock, paper, scissors because it is far more entertaining. Right, let us know your scores. A social media post shall be, hopefully, fingers crossed, it might stay there for longer than like 30 seconds this time. But yeah, head on over to social media. Let us know how you got on this evening. Share your scores with us. So we are back for another quiz of fun and games and chaos on Saturday night, as always. I'm not going to bother saying whether it's pre-recorded or live because like life, you know, that's kind of life. So there'll be a quiz on Saturday night. It doesn't affect you guys, just affects how I work basically. Quiz on Saturday night, but if you can't join us on Saturday, we will be back next Thursday evening for the second quiz of September, because it's the first tomorrow, isn't it? So yeah, we'll be back on Thursday. If you can't join us on Saturday, join us again next Thursday. Thank you very much for joining us. If you were new tonight and you've got this far, thank you very much for surviving all the way through. We do this every week. We do it twice a week. And some more to come soon. That is it from me. I'm going for a long lay down in a darkened room. I will see you all soon. As always from me, take care and stay safe.